Justin! Justin!
Hello everybody and welcome to What's in the Box. I am joined by John and today we are looking at something that many of you have been waiting for a long time. We have the new Kill Team starter set for Warhammer 40k. So, this one's interesting, John.
Yes, it is, because as many people I've already seen talking about it have said, this isn't Space Marines versus something like Chaos.
Yeah.
This is Skitarii versus Genestealer cults, which is a very nice touch to it.
Yeah, well, I mean, like, it's bringing it to a nice sort of area of the Imperium. So you're in, like, a Mechanist shrine or something,
Yeah.
and the Genestealer cults are coming in, and I doubt, could they infect the Mechanicus?
I'm sure some of the biological might still be there. The lower level adepts and stuff, yeah, certainly.
Yeah, that's probably where they've got their in, but I doubt if they can get to, like, the top where it's just clockwork men with a brain.
Well, I'd say by that point that there's enough claws and teeth to just say, it doesn't matter now.
Yeah, I suppose.
We can just be out in the open and kill everything.
Yeah, well, the box itself, the guys have done a beautiful job because you've got this absolutely killer artwork on the front of it. It just instantly gives you that want factor whenever you see this sitting on the shelf.
Yeah, I love the fact that they've introduced this sort of orangey red colour to the box. It really stands out, and when you see everything about Kill Team, it has that colour as a very predominant feature of it, and it's beautiful.
And you get a heap of terrain in this.
Yeah.
Look at this. You get tons and tons of terrain, and then you've got a quick look at both your sides here.
Mm-hmm.
So, shall we?
Yes.
It's a heavy box.
It is a heavy box.
What?
There we go.
Oh, yes. I like whenever they do this. So, inside, first thing you get, nice big bit of artwork.
Yep.
So you can just plop that right on your wall if you so desire.
Yes.
Straight down to business, we've got the sprues. Coloured plastic is a nice touch. It's something they've done for a while.
Yep.
So you get 1.5 sprues of Skitarii.
Yep. The Skitarii come as red.
Yeah. And then you get a full sprue of your Genestealer cults.
Mhm.
And then further down, even the terrain's coloured plastic.
Yes, and there is a lot of it.
There is a lot. So 1, 2, 3, 4 sprues. And an additional 1, 2, 3, 4 sprues.
So a lot of terrain.
That is some heavy plastic they've cast onto that.
The
That is going
terrain
to be solid.
Yeah, the terrain plastic is very tough these days, which is really good. You see the same thing in like the Renegade box and stuff like that. The terrain is coming on leaps and bounds with it.
Yeah. Actually, this is nice. So actually, to protect the lower levels,
I have a second.
you get another poster.
Alright, cool.
So if you and a mate are splitting this, you each get one.
Yeah, you have to frame this.
Okay, more game components.
Mm-hmm.
So what else we got in here? We've obviously got our bases.
Mm-hmm.
So if you take those, John.
Yep.
We got our dice. So D6s and a couple of D10s.
Yeah.
Ooh, doing something with D10s. You're then going to get your card packs. So this is Kill Team Universal Tactic cards. This is Kill Team data sheet cards. I like when they do data sheet cards.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if that's just for what's in the box. And then we get faction tactics cards. So I'm expecting to see expansion sets.
Yeah.
We've got all these tactics cards.
Yep.
We then get our pack of tokens that we're going to need for the game.
Mm-hmm.
We get this, which is Devoted Sons. What is this? Neophyte Hybrids. Is this 2 books? This is 2 books.
Yeah, so that's
So you've got a little flavour for both factions.
Yep, and there's also the manual in the back there too.
Yeah. They've also given you a redesigned one of these, which is your handy dandy little see-through ruler.
A Kill Team themed measuring stick.
I quite like that.
Mm-hmm.
You've then got this big honking book, which is the core manual. This thing is quite hefty.
And it should have everything you need to play all the factions that have been currently listed as compatible with Kill Team.
Adeptus Astartes, Grey Knights, Astra Militarum.
Yep,
You're in the
so-
garden now, son.
Yep, so this is the book that covers everything, so if you get your hands on that, you know what you need.
Yeah, it's one thing I was considering for this actual set. If you're wanting to get into the game, you don't really need to worry about waiting for stuff to come out. You can just grab this,
Yep.
Start playing with what you have, and then, actually, if you don't want Adeptus Mechanicus or the Genestealer cults, you can just send those on to someone who wants to play with them.
Yeah,
Now,
I've been looking forward to this, because this is the way I can get more use out of my Stone Templar.
yeah, and I can get my Death Guard on the table.
Do you know what, actually? if you're building an army and you're losing patience with the painting of it, pick a kill team out of it, paint them up, and then eventually you might get around to the whole army being done.
Yeah.
That is a nice looking board.
That is lovely.
That is really cool.
And do you want to know the really nice bit?
Hmm?
It's double-sided.
Yeah.
So, and both sides are very different.
Yep.
So if you and a couple of mates actually have this, say a few of you get it, say 4 friends together, 2 boxes, you could actually put both mats together and do an even bigger kill team board.
Yep.
That's very nice.
That is really cool. So you could have a decent sized multiplayer, which would be really nice.
Yeah.
Bravo Games Workshop, you've even matted the
Yeah.
finish of the board, which is beautiful.
Yeah, I love seeing a mat code. I hate seeing stuff. Now, this is me personally because we film stuff. I hate seeing shiny boards.
Yeah.
I try and put it on a gaming table in here, and the lights are just like, oh.
The amount of people that come in and go, "You're doing what to my board?" It's like just a little spray.
Yeah,
Nothing terrible.
Don't worry, we won't hurt it. We'll be gentle.
Right, what do we do now?
Spruce.
Spruce. Right, let's Gene Stealer it first.
Yeah. So, Gene Stealers, you get a lot on this. Look at it. Look at it. So let's actually start having a close look at some of the details here. So what have we got? Start from the bottom corner here. So we've got all your bodies. The details are super crisp on these.
They are.
I am loving this. You've got some guys with las guns. You've got the heads, more bodies, more legs. This looks like an auto gun. Ooh, that's nice. And a shotgun above it. That's a nice looking shotgun. Look at that.
Really cool.
Yeah. Moving further down, we have more auto guns and shotguns. We have chainswords in here, which is always a nice thing. We've got mining picks, because of course, Gene Stealer cult.
I bet it's a par mining pick.
Of course, it's the Imperium. And look, you've also got a power maul, because it's got a little generator on it.
Yes.
You've got what appears to be heavy stubbers. This, I don't know what the hell this is. It looks like some piece of mining equipment.
Possibly was at one point.
Yeah.
You never know.
Moving on through, we've got all the different types of backpacks and stuff. I'm loving the detail work that they've done on these.
Yep.
Moving on around, we've got more auto guns. I may have been wrong about the first one that I thought was a las gun. Ooh, that's a nice shotgun. Nice little combat shotgun.
It's very much more like a Space Marine looking shotgun.
Yeah. This almost looks like Melta Attack, but I'm not sure. Or is it a grenade launcher of some sort?
Could be both.
Melta grenade launcher.
Could be a Melta bomb launcher.
Oh, that could
You
be
never
fun.
know.
Surprised they actually haven't thought of that, but tons of cool stuff on this
Yep.
sprue. Tons and tons and tons that you can do with it.
Very
Excited to get building at these.
Yeah, I have a feeling that you may not necessarily be using every part in this. You could literally either follow the game manual,
Yeah.
or you could go into the core manual and actually make your own
Yeah.
out of this. So you could do a bit of conversion work on
Yeah.
it.
Okay.
Skitarii.
Skitarii. Let's start with the big sprue.
Pretty sure that these are like more standard sprues that have just been
Right.
recolored, but I mean it's still
Yeah.
good to look at.
Yeah, well, I mean, like, just seeing that big brash red as soon as you're into it here. So,
Yeah.
have a look here. So,
We know nothing about Skitarii, by the way, so we
no, we've got helmets, we've got the weird laser musket things that they do, we've got nice flowing cloaks. Again, razor sharp detail as always is what you expect from Games Workshop.
Yep.
We've got a cattle prod there. That's definitely a cattle prod.
Well, I've been told off for calling that a cattle prod before, so let's not do that.
Someone can tell me off for calling it a cattle prod, but that's what I'm calling it. I don't care.
I had Dave Taylor tell me off for it.
What else do we have? Ooh, nice flowing cloaks there. I do love the detail work that's in these. I cannot say that enough for Games Workshop.
Yeah.
And this one actually feels like less of a compact sprue, which kind of makes me think, yeah, you're right, it is the standard one. You also get the other half sprue with more details and other components that you're going to need.
Mm-hmm.
And some kind of... Ooh, I think that's one of the electric weapons. You've got some plasma-style weapons. I'm interested.
I think they've given you enough to build your basic kill team as per, I would assume, is going to be your guide.
Yeah.
But you've probably got enough as well to make something from the core book as well.
Yeah. Although, do you know what makes me the most happy about Kill Team? Say my 2 friends have picked this up.
Yeah.
Some games, whenever you pick up a set like this, the third friend's locked out.
Mm-hmm.
All I have to do as the third friend is go into my local GW and go, okay, what do I like? I want that one, and pick up like a box of Space Marines and say, okay, I'm going to make a kill team out of that. You might only get 3 guys because I'm expecting Space Marines to be basically nuts in this because it's right down at that per man level. But you can do that. You can just go in and pick up something else to actually jump in with your friends, which is so nice.
It gives me an excuse to buy boxes of stuff that I was tempted to make an army of, but no, I won't.
Yeah.
So like a box of
Yeah, so you can have a taste of like orcs or Eldar or Harlequins.
I want Thousand Suns.
Really?
When they first came out, I was like, oh, look at them, they're so gorgeous.
Yeah, yeah.
And I was like, I'm not going to do an army of them because I'm not the biggest Chaos fan, but I might do a kill team of them.
Well, I mean, like, you've seen me in recent years. I mean, like, oh, I tell you what, grab some of the pre-heresy stuff from the web store.
Mm-hmm.
So some pre-heresy Marines, some pre-heresy Terminators, things like that.
Yeah.
They look very, very cool.
It could, but we'll have to see when we go through the rulebook to see just how much we're allowed to go mad with this.
Yeah, I'm going to be diving head first into that thing to see what I can do.
I have a feeling that my Stone Templar will be coming out and having a little, a few matches.
Actually, I tell you what everybody's going to do with this set is going to be, they're going to unbox it and they're going to play with what's in the core set.
Yeah.
I know people are going to do that, so I want to look beyond that whenever we actually look to possibly do a Let's Play on this. I'm not promising we will do one, we're going to look to do one, or we may just have a few games amongst ourselves, which is always fun.
Yep.
But I want to get my Death Guard against your Stone Templar.
Okay.
So I'm throwing down the gauntlet.
Alright, fine, I'll pick it up and slap you around the face with it a few times. Now, terrain.
Yes, this
Terrain-
is beautiful.
Terrain and the board, I think, are the highlight points of this box for me.
Yes. Well, so you're getting a lot of duplicates in this, but it's that nice modular system that Games Workshop do.
Yes.
So you've got like lanterns, broken lanterns, you've got destroyed walls, you've got hole floors, you've got rack floors, you've got these nice big colonnades and stuff that you can build onto. So you get 2 of these.
Looks like you possibly get more.
So there's 2 of that type.
2, and then there's 2 of that.
Yeah, so you get some nice big complete walls with tons and tons of details. Just look at this. So you're getting 2 of these.
You actually get more of some of this, so I'm breaking it down again so you see.
Okay, so this is an individual one. Oh, look at the arch. Look at the arch.
That is gorgeous.
That is so heavy on the sprue as well. That is a nice piece of casting work from Games Workshop.
I think they've realized that to make their terrain beautiful is to make it fragile. So what they've went for is sturdy, robust, and then given it those finer details on that.
Yeah.
So you look at it and you on the sprue and you go, it looks a bit thick and a bit unwieldy, but once you have that together and paint it, this is going to have such subtlety of detail to it.
Yeah,
when you come to paint it, you can do as much as you want with it.
Yeah, but it's going to be so strong once you've got it built.
Yeah.
So what else do we have here? So how many of these do we have? 3?
3 of those.
So we have 3 of these with small broken colonnades or pillars. We've also got the broken walls on this one as well. And like I said, 3 of those. You get so much terrain in this.
Yeah.
We then get this, which I hadn't shown yet, which is more broken wall segments with caps for small broken pillar and like other broken pillars. Lots of lights and stuff around here. Oh, I tell you what, some people are going to go mad with their airbrushing on this.
I hope so.
You know, doing lots of like source lighting from the lights and stuff.
Have the occasional one still working.
Yeah. Gorgeous. Simply gorgeous.
Very good.
Yeah. Now, the cards we haven't looked at yet.
No.
So I want to have a look at the data sheets.
All right. So
which is the big one?
Data sheets. This one?
Yes, that's the big one. And thank you, Games Workshop, so much for one thing that you've done to this.
What's that?
All right. So you see this little gold bit here?
Yeah. Fine.
Just open it like a usual card deck. Thank you.
There's not a lot of companies that do that.
No.
Put that little gold wrap onto.
No, and it's such a nice little detail that just lets you get at your stuff. Because how many times out there, everybody, have you opened a pack of cards like this, you're trying to get your nail in the edge, and then you actually accidentally damage one of your cards?
You've praised them, but then this one doesn't have the gold wrap on it.
Well, these are the important cards.
Oh, well, clearly they are, yeah.
The other one does.
Yeah.
Alright, so all of the backing... Oh no, not all of the backing is the same. So you've got the actual data cards have your faction on it. So let's have a look. So this is a Skitarii Dorox 0.4343. He's a Vanguard Alpha. He's got an Arc Pistol and Power Sword. So this is great because you can actually just pick these up and actually say, okay, what does my guy have? Also, you're going to want to get some of the larger Dryarius sleeves for these.
Yeah.
Although, looking at this looks as if it might take a
dry
whiteboard marker.
Yeah.
I may experiment with that.
And if you're wrong, we can show it off.
Yes.
And be like, no, don't use dry board markers.
Well, I mean, all you do is, if you're wanting to test something like that, put a tiny little dot in a corner and just give it a wipe.
Yeah.
You know, don't do it like right in the middle. Don't put a big X through it, because that's just crazy. Who would ever do that?
I'm sure people do. I'm sure they do. We have tactics cards, which
Yep.
are fairly...
Well, those are the faction-specific ones.
Yeah.
And then you've got these, which also have my lovely little gold strip on it.
If you can use the gold strip.
Of course you can use the gold strip. You can use the gold strip.
I'm waiting. You've got it open yet? No?
Quiet you. See? Works fine.
Okay, fine.
Yeah, so you've got decisive move tactics, decisive shot, tactical reroll, strikes, insane bravery. Okay, this one I have to read.
Okay, go for it.
just the one. Tactic. Use this tactic before taking any nerve test. In the morale phase, you can automatically pass a single nerve test for a model in your kill team. For a command point. So there are command points in this.
Yeah.
So you're going to be spending command points to actually use these. Some of them cost 2. Wow. Very curious to see how all of this works together.
Very much so.
Right, there's only one thing to do.
Go away and build.
Yeah.
And read books.
Yes.
Awesome.
Hi everybody, we're back for part 2. The building is done. My word.
Yes, you handled the build this time.
Yeah, I actually didn't finish the build before coming for part 2. This is a monster build.
Yeah.
Allow yourself at least a couple of days to put all this together.
Mhm.
Or a very long Saturday, just, chill out, glass of nice strawberry and lime cider. Beautiful.
But how did you find the terrain? Because that's the part I want to know
It's
about.
gorgeous.
Yeah?
I have to say, this modular kit is fabulous. I will be amazed if Games Workshop don't turn this into a standalone kit.
Mm-hmm.
I have one request for it though. 45-degree flat pieces.
Yeah?
Because the way this goes together, these interlock into the colonnades.
Mm-hmm.
So in fact, actually I can...
Just
color
bring
something
one up,
better.
yeah.
Yeah. So you see these colonnades here? The
Mhm.
pillars? The walls can actually link into any part of them, and they're 8-sided.
Yeah.
So you can do those nice 45-degree angles if you really want to actually do something really fancy with it.
Mm-hmm.
You don't get any 45-degree pieces for the flooring.
Yeah.
I wish you had some of those, because then you could actually have like really interesting building designs. Now I can see people taking like 2 or 3 or 4 of these sets and just mashing it into a massive ruined city table.
Yeah.
And it's going to be gorgeous. The minis.
Right.
I have really enjoyed putting them together. Now,
Mhm.
the Skitarii, which are these guys in red plastic here. If I grab one of them here, you can see that nice red plastic. All the details are exactly as you would have on the standard kit. It looks as if they've taken the standard sprue and literally just changed the color plastic they're injecting.
Yeah.
One thing I noticed for the Skitarii side, though, is you get more minis on the sprue than you actually have data sheets for. So it looks as if Games Workshop have said, you know what, we're using a standard sprue, let's give them all the bases for that.
Yeah.
Let's give them all the instructions for that. And if they want to actually pop them in here, yeah, go for it, guys.
Yeah. You could make a larger team if you wanted.
Yeah.
Within the restrictions in the book, of course.
Of course.
Because it's
Of course.
100 points for a team.
100 points for a team.
3
so-
to 20 models.
Yeah, so minimum 3 models, maximum 20 models. That's going to be interesting because with the Death Guard, I've been having a look at some of the side rules. I get my Plague Marines and my Poxwalkers.
Yep.
And, a couple of Plague Marines and then just a horde of Poxwalkers.
That's how,
Of course,
that's,
then
how
I
you,
have to paint more Poxwalkers.
that's how you see Death Guard work, though. I say
Yeah.
it's a couple of Marines that are sort of shepherding
Yeah.
the masses of filth.
Cattle prod at the back.
Yeah, exactly.
Onward, maggots.
Literally, in some cases, I would assume.
There might be a few in there.
So what I like about this so far, because I've not had really much of a chance to look through the book, I've been too busy
Nor have
buying
I.
models for it.
Yeah. You mentioned that in the backstage vlog.
Yeah, in between parts 1 and 2 of this, I went on and I was like, I have a really narrative idea for this. And I'm going to say I love this, and I love the fact that Kill Team is a standalone thing.
Yeah.
Because remember, it used to be in 3rd edition, 4th edition as a little...
Yeah, there was one out like a year ago, I
Yeah.
think, like a smaller version.
Yeah, but it usually was just very heavily tied to the main rulebook of 40k at the
Yeah.
time, and this, that, and the other.
Oh.
This is good because this lets me explore a narrative that I could explore in 40k, but
Yeah.
would require an army that, in my narrative, doesn't exist anymore.
Actually, give me that book for a second. There's something I really, really, really need to check.
Okay.
Because if I can manage this, I need to find the Astra Militarum really quickly. Can you
Alright.
guess what I want to do?
The end of Cadia.
No, not the end of Kyria. What's my favorite Imperial Guard novels?
Well, it's Cathias Kane. Or Gaunt.
Kvaskian.
Okay.
So can I get a commissar?
You could make a sergeant look like a commissar.
You could, and do a Kvaskian skirmish with him and Jurgen.
Yeah, that would be cool.
You know, him running from a Gene Stealer cult trying to get to his command salamander. Oh,
Now,
that
as
makes me
you
so
can
happy.
tell, I'm going to caveat this part of the video right away that we
Yeah.
haven't had a lot of time to look through the book and really get
No.
into the meat and bones of it.
No.
We'd like to do that at another time.
Yeah, well, I do want to do more coverage on this.
Yeah, so we're sort of speculating and throwing things out, but what we can absolutely agree on is this set has blown us away. It is
Yeah.
incredibly impressive.
Yes.
The building is beautifully designed. The terrain is excellently
The
executed.
modularity of it, because I mean, even as it stands, what we've done here is just a rough, rude layout. But
Yep.
but you can take the top levels off, put them back on wherever you want.
Yep, so over here I can remove that and whatnot.
Yeah.
You could magnetize this if you feel like it, but I think they sit pretty decently as is.
Depends if you haven't varnished your models and you're worried about getting a nice paint job damage. But whenever you've done a nice paint job, why wouldn't you varnish your models?
Yeah, exactly.
The Gene Stealer cult, though,
Mm-hmm.
they were really fun to put together. So in this, you actually get a couple of heavy weapons, guys, who are so nice. And I will say, I did take a little bit of artistic license with some of these and swapped out some of the heads for ones that I like better.
Okay.
Because I don't like the more Gene Stealer head. I love the more human-esque head.
Yeah.
And I love the ones that have
Oh, the
goggles
face
and
masks.
face masks
Yeah.
everywhere.
Yeah.
Just look at that. And I was right, this is a piece of mining equipment. So this is like a seismic cannon.
Oh, sweet.
We've got a guy with an autocannon.
Yep.
Because why wouldn't you have an autocannon if you can rock around with one?
Mm-hmm.
Again, details are crisp, sharp, and gorgeous. I love the custom backpacks that they have.
Yeah.
You have the same for the Mechanicus. Trying to say that name right.
I know, I'm hounding you about it.
Yeah. And there's a couple of other ones here that I want to show off just because they're so cool. So these three. So, you know, if you're living in an Imperial world and you can't get access to last weaponry, what are you going to do?
You're going to get a shotgun, aren't you?
Hell yes!
I knew you would pick the shotgun out.
Ta-da! Look at that double barrel beauty. And again, lovely face masks.
Mm-hmm.
I will say I did have one or two complaints with the models.
Right.
Very simple things. It's gate locations on the miniatures. So you see the way all of them have this little lamp pack on the shoulder?
Yeah.
There was one or two of them where the gate point was actually on that.
Mm.
So I would say anybody building this at home, just trim back from that whenever you're cutting it off with your clippers or your craft knife.
Yep.
And then trim it in. And this guy's actually got a blast charge with his shotgun.
Yeah.
Who needs
nice.
who needs crack grenades? We have dynamite. This is our leader, rocking around with a bolt pistol. I'm sure he stole that from somewhere.
Yep.
And I gave him the power pick because why not?
Yeah, absolutely.
That, and it was what it recommended for the pre-built gang in the box.
Yeah.
The game engine now. I've had a very quick look at this.
Which
So
is
this,
the start here sheet.
yeah, this is the begin here sheet. The game engine in this is very different to 40k. So
Mhm.
you still have familiar phases. So 6 phases to a turn, right?
Yeah.
So you have initiative, movement, psychic phase, shooting phase, fight phase, and morale phase.
Okay.
Now, normally in 40k, I move everything, I shoot everything, I fight everything.
Yeah.
Well, fight everything, it goes back and forth a little bit.
Yeah.
This takes that a little step further. So we'll roll for initiative. Whoever gets highest goes first.
Mhm.
I then move everything.
Yep.
You then move everything.
Okay.
We then move to our shooting phase,
Right.
where I'll pick a minute to shoot, you'll pick a minute to shoot, and back and forth. Same
So
for the fight phase.
it becomes a bit more granular in the shooting and the fighting phase.
It's a little more what I would call reactive.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, like, it was one of the things I hated about old 40k was, right, let's say I'm a squad of Terminator standing at the end of an alleyway, and there's a Gene Stealer squad up ahead of me. Those Gene Stealers charge towards me. Am I going to stand there and let them charge me?
No, of course you wouldn't.
No, you would be blasting away with your Stormbolter going, die, Xenos!
Yeah, exactly. And so what else have you learned since you stalled there on that part?
What else I've learned is you're going to be marking a lot of tokens down on the tabletop. I would say definitely do this for your first few games, but once you get comfortable, you maybe don't need to do it.
Mhm.
If you're going to an organized play event, expect to use the tokens, because
Yeah.
you have movement tokens and shoot tokens just to remind you of stuff. You also have a couple of things in this. This is a stripped down version of the rules. So I would say our first gameplay that we actually filmed, John, I would like to use this with the
Yeah.
stripped down version of the rules.
Mhm.
Less chance of getting stuff wrong. We'll play a few more off camera, get more comfortable with it, and if we feel confident enough, we'll bring it back for a full one with the full core rules, because there are strategy cards in this, you're going to be using command points. Games Workshop, I'm going to say this once. Good job.
Yeah.
Fantastic job.
This is what a lot of guys have been saying. I mean, like, I've been watching a few 40k YouTubers, Chapter Master Valeric and Kirioth, and they have been very praising of the run up, the hype train up to this.
Yeah.
And I think that a lot of those 40k fans out there that are looking at this and thinking maybe still on the fence about it, I think if you can invest in it and give it a try. Even if you don't necessarily want the teams that are in the box, you have a beautiful set of terrain, you have a beautiful board, and you have an awesome rulebook.
Yeah, and all the tokens you're going to need to play, all the dice you're going to need to play. One thing I would say you and a mate are both looking at it, buy 2. Because the map can go together.
Yeah.
You get twice the play area. You get a lot more of your faction if you're going to play with the factions in the box. And then you can actually start to really tweak and play. Because you see, after I finish building everything on the sprues, all right, you know the way sometimes you'll get a preset team and you only get what you need for the preset team. Not so with this. You get every possible weapon combination under the sun on the sprues. So if you want to actually, even if you're more comfortable with this already, you can take this and just instantly start building a more advanced kill team with stuff.
Yeah.
So I really have to give Games Workshop props for that. For having that flexibility, because that was one of the things that used to let down the older kits. I mean, like the old TAC Marine squad with like one missile launcher in it.
Yeah, it was a missile launcher and a flamer, I think. And
a heavy bolter if you were lucky, I think.
No, I don't
Or were they still in metal? They were still Devastators.
They were still metal, and when you had the Devastator kit come out, you were still lacking.
Yeah, you got 2 and 2.
Yeah, you got 2 and 2. So.
You know, I think it may still be like that, but
it is. Yeah.
For what you're doing with Kill Team, I think this works great. And I am going to be honest, I am very tempted to pick up. All right, this is one thing that this is going to do that Games Workshop hasn't really done before. I can dip into other factions.
Yes.
You know, so my temptation is to pick one of the other factions, grab like maybe 2 boxes. So, I mean, like say it was Orcs, grab a squad of boys, grab some Ludas, off you go.
Yeah.
Although the Orcs, I think, are the winners in this book because they have a lot of entries.
Well, they would, because Orcs can be mashed together in anything.
Yeah. But definitely, it's one of those things, if you've been tempted to dip into other factions and you have a couple of mates who've already picked this up, just grab a couple of boxes, join them. Because I mean, like the thing comes with blank data cards as well. So if you have a friend coming in to play, you can say, here, take 10 of these and build up your force.
Yeah, and what I think from a modeling standpoint, this is going to encourage a lot more creativity because you could, like, if, for example, I'm just going to throw the Stone Templar out there again because I always do that.
They're your go-to force.
Yeah, my Stone Templar are now a Primaris force. You know, in their lore, which I have on beastsofwar.com. At one point, I might have to put it. I might have to. I might have
in
to.
The archives.
Yeah, it's in the archive. I might have to reinvigorate it into a project. But their lore is that the original Marines that created the chapter are dead. They're all gone. Yeah, it's all Primaris now.
Yeah,
and what Kill Team is going to allow me to do is go, let's tell the story of the last few Marines alive. So I've invested in a couple of boxes, some Scouts and some Sternguard veterans.
Okay. No Reavers, no Primaris yet?
No. This is before the Primaris were on the scene.
Yeah.
This is the last of the few of the Stone Templar before they die, before they get completely wiped out.
I see. And I assume your Scouts, your Neophytes, are the younger generation? You don't need like any old man heads on those?
No. They're going to be the last of the Stone Templars. To their all intents and purposes, they are the last. They don't know that the Primaris even exist yet.
Oh, you know what my temptation is for battles on that then? Grab some Chaos Demons for them to fight.
Well, technically, they died to Eldar. So,
yeah. Do I want to do Eldar?
I might do Eldar anyway.
You might do Eldar anyway?
This is the thing about it.
You had that beautiful white and orange scheme.
Well, yeah, I might play with that. But this allows you to convert and personalize the models to an extent that standard 40k, because of the WYSIWYG and stuff like that, would lean to, but not as heavily as what this could.
I am wondering if there are the legacy elements in this where after each match your force grows and changes, because I think I remember somewhere someone saying about that. Don't quote me on that. If I'm wrong, just say I'm wrong.
If it exists in here.
That book may disappear with me this weekend.
So when we get a chance to actually sit down and read it properly, I have seen the word campaign play mentioned a lot in here.
Right.
So I'm thinking if you and I get into this, we could actually run a little campaign in our spare time and stuff.
Although you know what I would suggest, if you're doing a campaign for the last of your Stone Templar, if you're recruit Imperial Guard. Just because you couldn't recruit more of your guys because they're the last of the last.
Yeah, true.
So I mean, I'm quite happy to play that sort of a crossover between factions with you.
Yeah. Or just let them run down and just see how long they last with what they have.
Yeah.
Which would be kind of fun.
Yeah. Now, one thing I did notice about this, right? You see the way in 40k, as soon as your last wound is gone.
Yeah.
There's a thing I noticed in this as well,
Mhm.
which is as soon as your last wound's gone, you're not dead. You roll the dice on a 1, 2, 3. You've taken a flesh wound, and you actually have flesh wound markers on your data card.
Yeah.
So it'll increase that next roll you have to do by +1 for each one you have, so making it more likely you'll die. But it means that you're not going to have to worry about just crushing someone instantly, everything dying instantly.
Yeah.
There's a chance that they can keep ticking,
Yep.
which I find quite nice.
Yeah.
It's going to make it a very punchy little game. Game, not Graham.
Graham, if you're out there.
Mr. McNeil? I'm wanting stories on this.
Oh, that would be very good. Are we done? I think we're done.
I think we're done. I think the only thing to do is to pass it out to everyone out there in the community. Tell you what, folks. Suggest to us which factions you would like to see going under camera. Because I know everybody out there who's reviewing this is going to do the Skitarii versus the Gene
Yeah,
Stealers. I want to do something different.
Yeah.
I want to do something different. So, everybody, get those comments in. Tell us which factions you might actually want to play yourselves in this game.
Yeah.
And are you going to grab the core box for the beautiful terrain and the actual minis?
I wonder as well if maybe at a later date, guys, perhaps you guys can send us lists of stuff, like stupid lists of stuff, and just see if it works.
That could actually be funny.
We'll have to start a project on Beast of War to let people give their suggestions in, and we can go. Oh,
well, look, I've got Gen Con next month, so I may start my project later next month.
Yep.
As to what I'm doing, that and I have at least 2 other things on at the minute, because I've got the Knight and I've got another one that I need to refire up because I've expanded. So,
right.
Anyway,
Let's leave it at that.
Yeah, everybody get your comments in. Tell us what you think. We'll see you again soon.
Go ahead and check out our other content on screen now, and be sure to check out beastsofwar.com for the latest gaming news and gaming Let's Plays. And while you're at it, why not hit subscribe and remember to ding our dong. Go on, you know you want to click it. Go on.